Stop everything you're doing right now before this video gets deleted. Because what I'm about to share with you will challenge everything you think you know about life, death, and the mysteries of the ancient world. Imagine an ancient text so powerful that it's been passed down for thousands of years, revealing the hidden path to the afterlife. A text that holds the key to understanding what happens the moment we cross into the unknown. But here's the twist. You're about to uncover the Book of the Dead, the ancient Egyptian guide to navigating the afterlife. But be warned, this knowledge doesn't just explain death. It reveals the secrets of the soul's journey beyond the grave and challenges everything you believe about your place in the universe. This is no ordinary story. This is an invitation to understand the ancient mysteries that have captivated humanity for millennia. And once you know, there's no going back. Are you ready to step into the world of gods, pharaohs, and immortality? To unravel one of the most fascinating texts of all time, the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Here's the shocking truth. Despite all our technological advances, despite all our modern sciences, we still don't have a concrete answer to one of life's biggest questions. What happens after we die? The ancient Egyptians, they believed they did. For them, death was not the end. It was merely a transition, a doorway to another existence. An existence filled with challenges, trials, and ultimately, eternal reward or eternal obliteration. And the Book of the Dead? It was their ultimate guidebook, a detailed map for navigating this mysterious journey. But this wasn't just a religious text. It was a profound philosophy about the balance of life and death. Let's pause for a moment and imagine this. It's 3,000 years ago. You're an ancient Egyptian noble preparing for the inevitable. You've spent your entire life building your tomb, collecting treasures, and preparing your soul for the trials to come. In your hands, you hold a papyrus scroll, your personal copy of the Book of the Dead. The ink glistens in the dim torchlight, the symbols written with meticulous precision by skilled scribes. These aren't just words, they're spells, prayers, and invocations designed to protect you, guide you, and ensure your safe passage through the treacherous realms of the afterlife. This text is more than just parchment and ink. It's your key to immortality. It contains everything you need to know to overcome the perils of the Duat, the Egyptian underworld. Without it, your soul would be lost, trapped in chaos for eternity. Now, let's dive into the text itself. What exactly does the Book of the Dead teach us? First, it's important to know that it's not a single book, but a collection of spells, hymns, and instructions. These texts were customized for each individual, tailored to their specific needs and beliefs. The most famous copies were commissioned by pharaohs and nobles, but even commoners could access simpler versions if they could afford it. The text describes the soul's journey through the Duat, a perilous and mysterious realm filled with gods, monsters, and trials. Imagine traveling through dark, winding corridors, rivers of fire, and gates guarded by fierce creatures. Each step of the way, the soul must use the knowledge in the Book of the Dead to overcome these obstacles. From crossing rivers guarded by serpents to answering riddles posed by divine gatekeepers, every challenge is a test of the soul's worthiness. But that's not all. The Book of the Dead also prepares the soul for its ultimate test, the weighing of the heart. Here's how it works. The deceased stands before Osiris, the god of the afterlife, and the 42 divine judges. In the center of the hall, there's a massive scale. On one side is the deceased's heart, the symbol of their soul and conscience. On the other side, the feather of Maat, the goddess of truth and justice. If the heart is lighter than the feather, the soul is declared pure and granted eternal life in the field of reeds, a heavenly paradise where the soul can live in peace, surrounded by everything they loved in life. But if the heart is heavy with sin, it's devoured by Amet, a terrifying demon with the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the tail of a hippo. This isn't just death, it's the second death, the annihilation of the soul itself. But the Book of the Dead gives the soul a fighting chance. It's filled with spells and invocations to protect the heart, ensure purity, and even influence the gods themselves. Let's talk about the gods for a moment. The Book of the Dead introduces us to a pantheon of deities, each with a role to play in the afterlife. There's Anubis, the jackal-headed god of mummification, who guides the soul through the underworld. There's Ra, the sun god, who illuminates the path. And of course, Osiris, the king of the afterlife, who presides over the final judgment. But the most fascinating aspect of these gods is how they embody the Egyptian worldview. The Egyptians believed in a delicate balance between order and chaos, life and death, light and darkness. The Book of the Dead isn't just a guide for the afterlife. It's a reminder of this balance and the importance of living a virtuous life. Now, let's address the big question. Why does this matter today? The Book of the Dead isn't just an ancient artifact. It's a window into the human experience. It shows us how the ancient Egyptians viewed life, death, and the universe. It challenges us to think about our own beliefs, our own journeys, and our own legacies. And here's the craziest part. Many of the ideas in the Book of the Dead are still relevant today. The themes of judgment, transformation, and immortality are echoed in countless cultures, religions, and philosophies. Could it be that the ancient Egyptians were onto something? That their understanding of the afterlife wasn't just a myth, but a profound truth about the nature of existence? Let's circle back to where we started. The Book of the Dead isn't just a story about death, it's a story about life. It's a reminder that our actions, our choices, and our beliefs shape not only our lives, but also what comes after. So, I'll leave you with this question. If you were standing before the scales of Ma'at, your heart weighed against the feather of truth, what would the gods see? Would your soul be light and pure, or would it be heavy with regret? Think about it. And remember, the knowledge of the Book of the Dead isn't just for the ancient Egyptians. It's for all of us, here and now. The Book of the Dead isn't just a collection of ancient rituals. It's a mirror reflecting the human condition. It's a profound reminder that every decision, every thought, every action in life shapes what happens after death. The Egyptians believed that the journey to the afterlife wasn't just a mystical voyage. It was deeply tied to how you lived each moment. Were you truthful? Did you seek balance? Did you honor those around you and yourself? These questions weren't just for the priests or the pharaohs. They were meant for everyone. Imagine living with the constant awareness that every step you take echoes into eternity. This text challenges us to look beyond material possessions and fleeting desires. It dares us to cultivate a life of meaning, to build a legacy that resonates far beyond the boundaries of this world. The Egyptians knew that the heart weighed not just their deeds, but their intentions. The invisible threads of kindness, courage, and integrity that bind a soul to its destiny. And perhaps that's the most powerful message of all. The afterlife isn't just about what awaits us after death. It's about what we create in the here and now. Every word, every action, every choice is part of a story. A story that doesn't end with death, but transforms, transcends, and continues to shape the universe long after we're gone. What kind of story will you leave behind?